In the depths of my soul, feeling the loss of control in the spirit, so colorful. If you feel it, then let's go home to a place where you belong. Give you strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Take me home to the banks of the riverside. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best. Yes, it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the riverside.
Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the Toon Review, where tonight it is Newcastle United versus Everton match preview. I am in a different, I've had to set up a bit differently tonight because StreamYard wasn't picking me camera up for some reason. But never mind, we're still there, we're still going. Dipsy's with us, and it's, it's a time to look forward to the match itself. Danielle, you're going, aren't you? So are you a bit excited?
Buzzing, can't wait. Going to this one and Villa.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing good old Bruno.
Well, Josh immediately off the bat has asked the question, can Bruno play on Tuesday? He certainly can. And
Well, yeah.
given that he's been training with the team all weekend, that is a massive, massive bonus to Newcastle United. Ginger says, don't overlook Everton. They smashed Brentford in the first match. One manager is standing out this season. Amazing how Steve Cooper can batter two Premier League teams with Forest. He's the one to watch. Good manager, good team. He's
Good
got them
point.
playing really well. And can I just point out, I think a lot of people who said for the likes of Chris Hughton to come back before the takeover, I think have been rather sort of, well, he's been made to look poor, hasn't he? Because he really, Nottingham Forest were going nowhere under him this season. And then the change managers, Cooper's done fantastically well. And then absolutely smashed Leicester. But one bad thing came from that match, Alex, was I don't know whether you've seen the fan running on the pitch and punching one of the Forest players. Absolutely disgraceful.
Oh, I did see a clip of that, yeah. I've been watching other games, but that's terrible behaviour.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Deserves to be imprisoned for that kind of thing, to be honest. Louis says, I'm expecting 3 points against Everton and 3 points as a birthday present against Villa.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
It would. Can't wait for Tuesday night. I'm excited and nervous, rolled into one, says Luke. Louis says, evening, everyone. Can't bloody wait till Tuesday. It seems like everybody's up for this, Danielle. It's up to the players now. They've got to, the new players have to blend in, and the players who've been there need to step up.
They do. And I think I'm going to take a new tack on this one. I'm not going to worry about Everton and what they've done before and what other teams around are doing. I'm just focusing on what we're doing, and hopefully we'll come out and really set a kind of bar for the rest of the season, because we need to make a kind of stand and let everybody know that we're going to fight. I thought the result on Saturday, the Burnley result was good. The draw was the best we could have wanted or wished for, so we got that. But we need to now move away from worrying about them and let's hammer them on Tuesday night. I'm up for it, 100%.
Can we just say what an awful game that was, by the way?
Oh, it was the longest game ever.
Burnley against Watford. I mean, that was if there was ever a highlight for two teams that probably deserve to be relegated, it's them two, Alex. It was awful.
Well, I was spying on the other games. I was watching the Brentford-Everton game, but I had a brief flick through and the highlights and the commentary and stats. And to be completely honest, it doesn't surprise me with how they both played against us and how they've both been playing recently. They just don't seem to be able to. There's no threat really. It was just a little bit of little bit of magic from Pedro that got his goal against us, and Burnley similarly obviously didn't score against us because we beat them with a clean sheet. So yeah, I think you could have played an additional 90 minutes and it still would have been 0-0. There was just so much quality missing on the pitch, especially even with the new boy they've signed, which they bigged up, laughing at the Chris Wood transfer.
He was supposed to be the big thing, wasn't he, for Burnley? And
so, it's not happened
fell flat
in the
in
first
the
game.
Quite work out, did it? No.
Not really. No, it was rather funny actually, but never mind. Listen, I mean, everybody's obviously up for this game, Danielle, and we expect all the new signings to start. I'll be very, very surprised if he doesn't start all of them, because let's face it, they wouldn't have spent the money if he wasn't going to start. The big thing for me is who partners Dan Burn. Is it going to be Shah or is it going to be Lascelles? I have a feeling I know who it's going to be, but it's to talk about, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I want it to be Shaw, but I don't know if he'll do that. I think he'll play Lascelles.
Right.
But I'm hopeful. And do you know what? Prove us wrong. If Lascelles is going to start, I hope he proves us wrong, and I hope he makes us eat me hat after everything I've been saying over the past, weeks and weeks that we've been, talking about how poor he's been. But yeah, for me, it's got to be Trippier, Lascelles, Shaw, and then it's got to be Dan Burn, and then good old Target for me.
I mean, either way, it's going to be a completely different looking defense, isn't it? Target left back, Dan Burn, and Trippier. Only one of the terrible back four that we've had all season is going to be there, whether it be Shah or whether it be Lascelles. Now, Alex, I mean, you've done some numbers on Burn and Lascelles in the past, and it turns out that Dan Burn's figures for this season are a million miles better than what they were for good old Jamal. But, let's face it, we all said that, I mean, Lascelles hasn't been too bad the last few games he's played, in fairness to him. He played very well at Leeds before he had to go off injured. He stood tall.
My argument for that is that he wasn't allowed to play the final half an hour in which he was probably going to make those mistakes, which he's done in previous games in January, where his legs have gone a little bit and he's out of position. So I feel like he got off a little bit scot-free with playing an hour with energy. Yes, it was a good hour, fair enough, but interesting about Dan Burn is obviously Brighton conceded 2. This is a stat from the Toon polls guy on Twitter. I thought it was an interesting one to take, that they conceded 2 goals in 24 minutes for the first time since against Liverpool last October. So they take Burn out of their defence, and they've gone leaky straight away.
Another crude move from the owners.
Well, it could be. But I mean, I'm really excited about Tuesday night, and it's because of the buzz of the new players. I cannot wait to see Bruno. I think this guy, it's not hype with him. He's proved it international level as well. He's proved how good he is. I've heard a few salt shakers over the weekend say, he's only playing for Lyon in France and all of this, but this guy's done it at international level, Danielle, and he's a quality player and is going to bring a huge improvement to our midfield. But can he hit the ground running is basically the question.
I think he absolutely will. I've got every faith, 100% behind him. I think he will. I think he has to. But I just think he's like the video that we saw of him going into the club and into the dressing room. He's just got an aura around him. Yeah. And I'm so excited because I think, in my last match preview, we were really struggling with our midfield, weren't we? And saying, God, like, who do we play? Not Longstaff, please.
I mean, I thought it was lovely, Danielle, when you're talking about, Bruno going into the dressing room. I thought it was lovely when Joe Linton came over. It was like Joe Linton I've got a new friend. He was just so nice. And it was like, listen, Kieran Clark took a lot of hammer for that, sitting on his phone. And look, the thing is with Kieran, you can't blame him. He's been left out of the squad. He hasn't got a place for the rest of the season. He's going to be down. He's going to be flat. And he's going to think, well, yeah, this new signing's come in, big deal. I'm not part of it.
I agree with you, Paul. For once, I actually do agree with you because I think, do you know what? If you're at work and you know that you're going to be replaced, and your replacement walks through the door, you're not going to go, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." You're going to be a little bit cheesed, aren't you? So I completely agree. I don't get the hate. I just think it is what it is, unfortunately, and it's not nice.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, he's took a lot of hammer this season, Kieran Clark, but let's not forget, he has been okay for us over the years. The season in the Championship, he was pivotal. He played really well for us that season. He has done what he's been asked to do. He's lost it a bit over the last, season and a half. It's fair to say he's gone downhill. You could blame that on the management, the team system. The football just wasn't great for anybody, to be honest. But I'm not going to come down on Kieran Clark in that way, that I'm going to slag him off now and just think, oh, get out the door kind of thing, because, he has been a good servant of the club. Yes, he's deserved his criticism without a doubt this season for stupid mistakes. However, Alex, I don't know whether you agree with us, but I just think that it's been a bit harsh on him.
I agree with everything you've said up to a point, but I feel like it's not like he's just sat there with his replacement walking through the door. He's got replacements walking through the door because of his behavior, his attitude, as well as the quality. It's his behavior. It's his yellow cards, red cards, his punching on the trip. It was a number of things after he's been told to behave, and then refusing the loan on top of that as well. It's going to cause
that is a strange
in the dressing room.
That is a strange one for me. The loan that he turned down to Borough, Alex. I kind of, if a footballer wants to play football, I know it's Middlesbrough, and we take the pee out of them for being smoggies and everything and like that. But listen, they're not doing too badly this season, and they've come off a fantastic penalty shootout win against Manchester United.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Ha ha ha! By the way, John Sinclair.
I knew you were going to say that.
But, listen, it was a great win, and he could have been part of something at Borough this season, Alex.
Indeed, it depends on the context of him rejecting the loan. If he's just rejecting any options to leave the club, I'd rip his contract up straight away. Yeah. If he's just saying, "Oh, not the right move for me, I will play ball, but you've got to." If you give me another option, let me explore my options. It depends on the context, and we're not privy to that as fans. But I think if it is the worst side of it, I'd rip his contract up because his conduct's been disgusting. He's not needed. But again, he's a human. He's been a good servant prior to this season. And if he is still being, if he does have a good attitude, then fair enough. We'll keep him for the 6 months. We'll try and find him a move, and we'll be nice. It depends, because we're not privy to what his attitude's like behind closed doors. So it's difficult to say. It's a tough one.
It is. By the way, just while I remember, there was a little comment after the last video we all did together, which I think was it Thursday night we did, or Wednesday night? No, it was Thursday night.
Thursday,
and Danielle I said that Danielle had a few days off just to recuperate and recharge the batteries after, what had been a difficult few days, obviously with Dave's funeral, etc. And we had a lovely little comment saying, that I don't know whether you guys saw it, but it was some guy putting that. Why would we need any days off? We just sit on our asses talking, and it was quite a nasty comment. In fact, I'll just read it out to you, so because I've kept it because the guy's an arsehole. So I wonder if it's still here.
I'll take some deep breaths at this point.
Yeah, I would. Oh no, because I replied to it. It seems to.
I've just replied tonight.
Oh, have you? Right, good. So you did see it. I thought it was very interesting. And these people, just like I received a comment on Twitter the other day saying, didn't mention me, but it was a well-known troll said, a certain NUFC YouTuber claiming to have an illness, yet I can sit on my ass 24 hours a day and stream. You have no idea what I go through with my illness, pal. And sitting here is not like sitting in an office. It's not like anything else. I'm in my own home. I have my medication here. I have everything I need in the house. So don't come with that crap. You're just basically insulting everybody that has a disability, my friend. But you're not going to stop us. You are pathetic. Anyway, let's move on.
And it also, in reply to that little comment as well about me missing the show, listen, I went to a very good friend's funeral on Wednesday, and it was a very upsetting time. And if I need a day off just to get my head together and my thoughts together, I absolutely will take that time. And that's that. He was a member
You
of
don't
our
even
family.
need to explain yourself. It's
No.
Well, exactly.
It's
I
just,
mean,
yeah.
But listen,
It's
these
perfectly
people,
normal.
are like 1 in a million, you know. So the rest of us,
everybody else has been lovely and really, really supportive.
And by the way, Danielle, I gave Brian a big shout out. I know you watched the fan forum the other night, but I did give Brian a big shout out because he didn't half lift our spirits after the funeral.
Oh my God! Honestly, what a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
And Miley's got his bromance now.
Oh,
They're setting up their own
listen,
YouTube channels. Dumb and Dumber.
I know he's watching tonight, and Brian, again, you are just a star. I mean, the way
Wonderful man.
he knew what Dave meant to me and you, Danielle, and that guy, to lift our spirits and make us laugh like we did after the funeral was incredible. Just an all-round smashing guy who I'd love to spend more time with because he's just a joy to be in his company. Daft as a brush, you won't mind me saying that, but he in such a lovely way.
But you know, in a similar way to Dave, I just fell in love with him. Honestly, I did. He's just got that character and that nature.
He's got an absolute heart of gold, and I'm proud to call him a friend. He's just such a lovely guy. So thank you very much again, Brian, for lifting all our spirits. You're an absolute star. CFC Florida, thanks for the $10 super chat. We've got lots of people saying hello. Actually, we had a question there for you, Alex. Stato, do you think Van der Beek and Dele Alli will be able to cope with Bruno and J7 for 90 minutes, given they haven't played much football at all this season? Before you answer, I'd just like to say thank you for another $5 super chat from CFC Florida. Just with a comment saying, Sodom, Paul and Danielle. yeah. Go on then, Alex. What do you think about that one?
Well, this is a big topic. We might have to split it up into several bits throughout the show because this is the key area of this battle on Tuesday is the midfield. As Everton have tried to play a double pivot, 2 midfielders all season, and they've been crap at it. Awful. Yeah. Gomez has not been able to do it. They've struggled to find the right partners for it. It's just not worked. It did work against Brentford, but I think Ginger mentioned that they played well. Yes, they did play well, but let's not pretend that Brentford were good because they played like an under-12s team. That was the worst performance of the season for me from Brentford. Absolutely ridiculous. Just for context, I think I've got it here somewhere. Andre Gomes had 97 touches against Brentford. That's ridiculous. You can't let people have 100 touches in a professional game of football. Brentford were incredibly poor, and that gives me an indication that they will get dragged into this relegation fight because they sucked incredibly. But as for the 2 new boys, it depends if they play. It depends if they start. It depends if one of them starts or the other. He went with Alan with Gomez on Tuesday, and they played well, but they played well against a very poor Brentford.
Both of them won't have 90 minutes in them because they just haven't played. Just 2 seconds, Alex, because we've got a £5 super chat from Judy Hops. Welcome, Judy.
Judy's
again.
Back.
For a while. She's commented, I'm amazed John doesn't need a day off. He's able to stud 30 women, support 2 clubs, live stream Bulgarian second division football 25 hours a day. Indeed. Toon Dave, thanks for the £6.10 super chat, mate. Paul and team, some people are just arseholes, to be honest, and the less attention they get, the better. Of course they do, exactly. Go on, keep going, Alex. What were you going to say?
Yeah, it's just, so you mentioned about our boys. So yes, 100%. Brentford just sat off and left them uncontested, and that's why there were 4 goals. That's why there were a lot of chances. Everton were not actually, in my opinion, not great at getting the ball in. 2 successful crosses in the whole game. One from the left side, one from the right side, from Gray and Gordon. So 2 crosses in the whole game that was successful. The goals came from Brentford being so incredibly poor. And again, it was Alan and Gomez in midfield. I mean, for context, Gomez got 4 out of 4 dribbles, 2 successful long balls. He won 8 ground duels. I mean, normally he's been getting very low ratings and he's been getting pushed off the middle of the park. But he looked like a Barcelona player in this midfield against Brentford. He's just got so much time and space on the ball. So as long as we start Bruno, they ain't going to get that. Absolutely no way.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Alex, because Ronald says here, what's this talk on Bruno being on the bench for Everton and don't expect much from him?
Oh, hell no.
I feel like we need him. Based on what we've seen so far from Everton, I think the key to beating Everton is winning the midfield and having more energy. And I think our lads are a lot fitter, but I don't think Longstaff sitting in that pocket instead of Bruno, we're not going to win that fight. That's going to probably, I would say, tip it in their favour.
Yeah. It's very interesting because, I think Eddie Howe's press conference tomorrow is going to be interesting. I will be doing a video on that. I won't be doing a live on that because there's a fan forum tomorrow night, but I will be doing a video on it tomorrow afternoon at some point. I've got a new fish tank coming, so I'll be busy. However, I think with regards to Bruno, I think you're right, Alex. The money we've spent on him, the hype around him, I don't think we can leave him on the bench. We need a player like that. We need the 3 points. Stephen Fraser, thank you so much for the £100 super chat, matey. Wow. Absolute blessings to you, my friend. You are such an absolute gentleman. I know you donate to this channel and Barry's as well. And, we are forever grateful for that, Stephen. Thank you very much. By the way, merch is on the way. Susan's just having a little bit of a problem trying to get the logo into a 4K setup so we can put the logo onto the stuff. We're having a bit of problems with that at the minute, but
I thought you were going to say Susan's struggling packaging up all my order. To be fair, because I'm
no. We are going to be releasing everything slowly because Natalie at Geordie Riffs, I think, had a heart attack when she saw how popular the merch could be. And she does have a business to run as well. Let's not forget that.
Yes,
so
sir.
we are going to be releasing things very, a couple of things to start, then another couple of things, and then just keep going like that. So, but the members will be getting something free. I know, you've all joined to become members, and I haven't really done anything for the members yet. There is going to be a prize draw for the members as well. I'll be announcing that prize next week. So that's to come as well. But there will also be something free for all the members from the merch. Obviously, it'll be something on the smaller side, but because of the costing and things like that. But I just want to give something back to the members as well for supporting the channel. David says, is everyone confident that Howe can gel the new players with the old and take us to safety? Danielle?
Hell yeah. I'm confident. I'm on board. I feel like we haven't played in so long. We've spent this money. The transfer window has been really good. I know we didn't get everything we wanted, but, we got the majority. And I'm really positive. I honestly think we're going to come out fighting.
Yeah. Matthew says there, I hope Manquillo doesn't get dropped as he was fantastic against Leeds. Listen, he came on as sub and he was fantastic, but I have a feeling we've brought Matt Targett in for a reason. And, that's to play a left back, basically. And that's where he'll be. But listen, Manquillo, he'll still be part of the squad, no doubt. He'll get some opportunities. And if he comes on, whichever position he plays, it's up to him. Thomas says, Paul, I hope you had an awesome birthday. You haven't changed at all. Josh says, Alex, mate, you're a legend.
Yes.
Good evening to Mark. That Spence right back for Forest looked very good the past 2 FA Cup games. They've got some good players. They've got some really, really good players. So it'd be interesting to see how they do. GGL floats, even though I can't wait for the match, will be tight, but I reckon 1-0 and Wood to get the goal to kickstart his Newcastle career.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Is anybody confident of that happening?
I mean, Pickford is an absolute mess. He was a mess against Brentford. He conceded a penalty. So he gave away a penalty. He really struggled. It's crazy every
time somebody says
Sorry,
his name, it's like.
I mean, you're right.
To be serious as well.
He deserves the T-Rex arms because you're bang on. He did it against Brentford. He made poor decision making. He's and just such a poor sweeper keeper. He was so poor under pressure at playing with his defenders, with his passing. He gave away the penalty. He looked rocked. I don't know if you remember the England game in the Euros when he had that. How was it? Was it Denmark or was it the one before? It might have been Ukraine. No, not Ukraine. I can't. That was the World Cup. He had an absolute shocker as well, and he's done the same again. Just for some stats, 58% pass accuracy, which for a goalkeeper is dreadful. 8 out of 23 long balls. So this distribution that he's well known for against a very poor Brentford was non-existent. So Pickford, with you're talking about Chris Wood, definitely needs to get in his face, put himself about. I feel like we could have another situation where Pickford can spill, drop, make the wrong decision, similarly to how we got our goal against
Brilliant.
who was it that
Can't
messed up
wait.
Burnley? Like, was it Pope at Burnley spilt? I think we could have. That's definitely on the cards if we play the right way.
Well, speaking of goalkeepers, as a Bournemouth fan watching the match tonight, your young goalkeeper is pretty suspect, I must say. Well, yeah, he didn't really have a good start to the season with us when he was given the opportunity. But listen, give him a couple of games. You know, he is a decent keeper, and I think he'll be good for you guys. You know, it's obviously his first start for you tonight, but just let's see how he does it. You know, he got goalkeeper of the season when he played at Swansea, so. You know, I'm sure he'll do well for you. Manquillo will have a huge chance against Villa to stake his claim to left back. Target will not be allowed to play. Will make things interesting. That's a good point, actually. He won't be able to play against Villa. But will he play Manquillo, Danielle? I mean, it could be a case of who else we got there? I mean, Dummett, obviously, if he's fit, or Matt Ritchie. But I'm sure Manquillo staked the players, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's got to be Manquillo for me. If definitely not Richie. But yeah, I mean, I understand you can't play for obvious reasons. It's his parent club. So I'd be happy with Manquillo. I think he played when he came on against Leeds. He had a cracking game. So
yeah, I do as well.
I've got no worries about Manquillo at all. Yeah,
I agree. Kelly Osborne has joined us. I'm not sure if that's the Kelly Osborne, but she loves the show. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Toon Dave says, didn't look like anything to fear with Burnley and Watford. No threats. Josh says, last night's game was awful. Wanting a draw, you're a nervous wreck because it's just attack.
Exactly.
See you a week today, says Julie. Of course, she's coming up for the Villa game. Really looking forward to seeing them. Woodman was looked at as one of the best keepers coming through for England. Regressed a lot lately, says Foxy. He has. I just think he needs to just get his confidence back. I'm sure he'll be fine, especially where he's playing. Oi, lads and lass, looking forward to the show. So James's Park will be buzzing Tuesday, like the Man United atmosphere. Players need to react positively to keep it up. Everton will stage fright. Alex, I mean, you know, they're talking about the new manager bounce. Now we will have new player bounce, which I'm sure
Bruno
of.
Bounce, that's what we'll have.
Bruno bounce, yes.
Burn and Bruno bounce, all the bees.
It's going to level it up. But listen, I was talking to a Brighton fan the other day who says Dan Burn is absolutely incredible at set pieces. You know, so for corners and free kicks that we get, he's going to be a threat up front and a very, very good defender. So, you know, not much has been made of the Dan Burn signing, but I've watched him, you know, quite a bit lately on, you know, watching sort of clips of him. And there was one tackle he made a few years back against Aguero, actually only a couple of years back. And Aguero actually shook his hand because it was a brilliant challenge. And there was one at Chelsea earlier on this season. So he's got a bit of pace about him as well. And he's a good defender.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see him in the box from set pieces. I think we need to exploit the wings and try and force crosses and corners, especially with Coleman, and their fullbacks are poor at the moment. So him in the box, I want to see that because apart from Yerry Mina, who's been okay in recent weeks, he's been putting up pretty good numbers. But beyond that, they're kind of poor defensively. The centre backs have been struggling. Godfrey went off injured. He's going to be out with a hamstring. He will not play. Right. So apart from Mina commanding their box, you're going to have mini flappy arms and some centre backs. And Gomez trying to head things away. Well, maybe Richarlison if he comes back. So us having people like Wood and Byrne for offensive corners, I think we could really, really hurt them if we can get somebody on the end of a cross or a corner. Definitely. We can definitely punish them.
Yerry Mina's subject to an error or two as well. Let's not forget that. Jordy Riff says, did anyone notice in the training vids everyone else that you would expect to start was wearing white and Dan Burn wearing orange? Do you reckon that's a sign he's not starting or playing? I think he will be starting. I've got no doubt about it. They're not going to pay that kind of money and get a player in and not start him. I reckon he was in orange simply because nobody could see him because he's 9,000 foot tall, remember? So he needed a bright orange jersey for people just to know he's there. Now, obviously, that doesn't matter against the opposition because he can just clatter them. But I think, we know that in certain drills, people have different bibs on and stuff like that because of, they might be the target man for clearances or whatever they're working on. So they can all wear different stuff, but I wouldn't read too much into that. We'll just have to see. I'll be devastated if he's not playing. I mean, to be honest.
He'll start. He's match fit. There's no reason he won't.
They wouldn't bring players in and spend money on players just to leave them out. I wouldn't understand that.
I'm not even considering that at all. That's going to happen.
Well, David says, will our 5 signing bounce outweigh Everton's new manager bounce? You're damn right it will. Hi, everyone. Do you not think Eddie will stick with Lascelles and Shah? Shah was man of the match last game. Listen, there's a possibility.
I think he'll stick with Shah.
You do?
I think he'll stick with Shah, but not Lascelles. I don't want him to. He probably will stick with Lascelles, but I don't want him to. I really don't want him to. I've just got no confidence in him at all. I know he's played better recently, but I think when new signings are better, so they should be playing.
On the flip side of that as well, you have to remember that, Trippier was captain over in Saudi for the game against the Saudis. So, has Eddie Howe seen enough in Trippier to think, right, we need a captain, a leader on the pitch, and Jamal just isn't one of those. It'd be very, very interesting. Guys, if you are enjoying the show tonight, please don't forget to hit the like button for us. It does help us build the channel immensely. If you are new to the channel and you like what you see, please do consider subscribing to the channel. We're about 150 away from 9K, which would be an incredible achievement. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider doing so. You can donate to the channel tonight, as so many people have already tonight. Thank you very much for that. If you hit the $ at the bottom of the live comments, that will take you through to the payment method that way. You can also join the channel by hitting the join button, or the link is down in the description. And a huge shout out to our sponsors, of course, Geordie Riffs, professional guitar repairs and servicing, based here in the Northeast. Graham and Natalie, fantastic little business. If you do need any guitar help, they're offering 10% off your first setup, 10% off your first repair, and your first guitar lesson completely free of charge if you quote the Toon review. So thank you for their continued support. And I know Natalie's dreading the merch coming out, but we're all with you, Natalie. We're all going to do our best. Bournemouth apparently losing to Boreham Wood. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Hey, there's been some good performances from the smaller teams this weekend. Lascelles looked okay at Leeds because they didn't have a striker. That's a good point.
Partly true, yeah.
Yeah.
And he played an hour.
That's right. Can't wait to see Bruno either, but hope not too much expectation placed on him in his first game in the Premier League. Well, listen, we know what Newcastle fans are like. We'll expect him to be like Maradona in the middle. But you know what it is? As long as he just has a sound game, he clatters Dele Alli if he's playing. He clatters Van der Beek. He clatters everybody that comes near him. Fairly, of course. I mean, I wouldn't like to think that any Everton players would get injured because of that.
No.
Because everybody knows I have a right soft spot for Everton. Do I? Bollocks. So, I just hope we absolutely scant them on Tuesday night. And
Same.
Peter, thanks for the £4.49 super chat. Hi, guys. If there's one team I hate, it's Everton.
Same.
Join the club, my friend. I don't want us to just win. I want us to destroy them. Danielle?
I couldn't agree more. I'm honestly, I hope we absolutely paste them on Tuesday night. I can't. That's what I'm going for. So that's what my expectations are set. I want to see a reaction. I want to see a statement being made. I'm not really bothered about what they did over the weekend. I don't really care. And I'm not bothered about Frank Lampard either. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not, it's all about us in black and white and not about them. So let's see how much we're going to annoy Jordan Pickford. Honestly, I want to see him punching the floor in anger. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm there for.
Well, he won't be punching. He'll be sort of just tapping with it. He can't punch with his little arms.
His little tiny arms.
Yeah. Norvix is a friend of mine. He's trying to get me a ticket for Tuesday. Where are you going to be before kick-off, Paul? Where normally I'm just along from the club shop next to the Jackie Milburn statue. Danielle will be there as well. So if you do see us, come and say hello. Be good to put some names to faces. John says, I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno fast becomes a cult hero. Looks like an all-rounder and good at everything. Toon Dave says, well up for Tuesday night. Got a poorly child with COVID this weekend. So we'll be watching it together on Tuesday night. Up the Mags. Bruno is a Geordie. J7 friends. Hugo dominated PSG in the match. Hugo?
Like a techie? Is that what he's trying to
No,
do?
but he did play very well. He scored. The Rems won their last game 5-0, and Ekiteke scored his penalty. He missed the penalty, but then scored the rebound, and then that was all he did all game. But he scored. So
listen, that's what he's there to do at the end of the day. James says, if I offered you Lascelles or Harry Maguire, which would you take? Flaming hell, that's a tough one. Listen, when you think it, I mean, Harry Maguire was absolutely terrible. Did you see his performance on Friday night? I mean, it was absolutely shambolic. The guy cost 80 million quid. I mean, let's not forget that. 80 million pounds, guys.
What a waste of money.
And he was diabolical. I think I'd take Lascelles, to be honest.
you take Maguire just to sell him for 40 mil, and then
yeah, 100%. That's
just
exactly
immediately.
That's why you're on this team, Alex, because you think of those ideas.
Yes,
We couldn't get 10% of that for Lascelles.
that's a very good point.
Good
Gordon
point.
says, evening all. Bring on Everton. We're going to kick ass and saying 3-1 Toon win. Blakey says he could have been away at Borough playing regularly, so no sympathy for Clark. Fair enough. I mean, it is going to split decision.
Everyone's
Brooks
got
says,
right to opinion.
Kieran Clark behaved like a hurt child in the dressing room. Very unprofessional. Okay. I did read Clark maybe going to the MLS. Yeah, I mean, any news on that, Alex? Clark shifting to the MLS?
I did hear whispers of that, but there's nothing concrete. There's nothing from any reliable sources come up with that. I think it would suit him because he'd get an extra 3 seconds to make his move and not make those errors because he'd have a lot more time. So probably his level. I think he would even struggle in the
Alex,
championship.
you're on it tonight, aren't you? I
Well,
love
with
it.
some of the people saying he needs to drop to the championship, the top 6 to 10 teams in the championship are not what they used to be. They're a lot better. The level's improved. Is he going to be able to slot straight in as a starter at a top 6 championship club? Maybe not. I mean, he's been so poor. It's not just. You've got to look at his game as a whole. He's been poor positionally. His tackling's been poor. His disciplinary record on top of that, his goal scoring, his passing, it's everything that's been poor as a whole. And these were against. We had a large run of form against the easier teams in the division, should we say, and he was poor in those easier games as well. So it's not like he was doing that against the top teams. He's been so poor, and then he does it in a friendly as well against a Saudi Arabian team on top of that, and doesn't play great and does what he does. MLS or bottom end of the championship, I reckon, for him is his level.
Foxy says Bruno was a great signing, but he hasn't done anything internationally yet. Only 4 caps, playing 75 minutes in total. Yes, but the fact is,
European football is also a thing. Remember, he's played in Europe.
Yeah, Leon. Leon on the bad side, and I mean, as you say, he's played in Europe. He's a very well. He was very sought after.
Yeah. He played against Rangers a few last month, so he's played against some of our sort of style teams.
And the streets above what we've got already. So apart from Joe, obviously, because I love Joe.
Yeah.
I hope you mean Linton, not Willock.
No, not Willock.
Nigel says a possible fairy tale for Boreham Wood after the manager remortgaged his house to pay staff after COVID. He did.
Oh, God love him.
That will be an incredible achievement if they hang on to win. I mean, that was at 8:15, that comment. So I'm not sure what the score is still in that match. Botman's just scored for Lille, apparently. DGL floats. Clark not coming out to apologise after Norwich did it for me. Can't get rid of him quick enough. Clark should go into MMA after his performance in Saudi.
Good point.
Sunderland lost to Doncaster. Yes.
Oh, hey, lush.
Yeah. Are they bottling it, Danielle? Are they bottling it again?
But you know what I want? I want the ultimate to happen again. I want them to reach the playoffs, and then I want them to bottle it again because it's just it's just a yearly occurrence now, isn't it? And it's something I look forward to, sitting down, watching them bottle it. It's a highlight for me. So
Yeah.
I hope they get into the playoffs and then they do what they normally do and throw the towel in straight away. So there isn't much else to say about Sunderland, really.
Peter says, I heard rumours Clark and Hayden have been linked to go to the MLS. Hayden's actually been linked to go to Saudi as well. So it'd be interesting to see.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens
He's
with
only
that.
26. That'd be a weird career move for his age because he's not bad.
I'm not sure if it's on loan though, Alex.
Oh yeah, maybe
for the rest of the season. Once he's recovered from his injury, get some game time, and then I don't actually know what their schedule is out there. To be honest, I don't know if they're mid-season, end of the season, but yeah, it'd be interesting. Sean says, I think Bruno, when he walks out of the tunnel and sees war flags and the fans, is going to fire him up. He has not played in front of a lot. Fabers France have still got a COVID ban. Yeah, the fans haven't been there because of COVID, so it'll be incredible for him.
And war flags is going to be in both Gallagher and Lees's.
They are, indeed.
On Tuesday, so that'll just be amazing. Can't wait to witness it.
Yeah.
I'll try not to cry.
Well, that'll be unusual, Danielle.
I know.
Stephen says, question for Stato, how many assists has Target got from crosses? Just curious.
Ooh.
That's a very specific stat. We can have a look. I don't think it's going to tell me specifically how many assists came from the crosses. I can have a look at his crosses and his assists, but
yeah.
I love how he loves the challenge, though.
He does. He loves the challenge. He will find out.
I mean, he's on 1 assist so far this season with 17 appearances. And his expected assist is 2.2, so he should have had more than that. All right, as for crosses per game, I think we had a look at this on deadline day, didn't we? But we can have a look at it again. I can't be asked to find my old notes because they are buried. Crosses into the penalty area per 90 is only 0.56, so half across a game. But that is into the penalty area. Yeah. Crosses 2.74 per game, standard crosses. So that's good. 2.74 crosses a game is decent, especially when he's got ASM. He'll get space because obviously players like to sandwich him.
Yeah.
So Target might get a little bit more space on that side to do more than our previous left backs have been able to do. I mean, this is why Richie's stats were so inflated at the start of the season, is because 3 people went to Maxi and they just let Richie just do whatever.
Crypto says, what illness does Paul have? Never even knew. I suffer from Parkinson's disease. I've been quite open about that. Listen, you'll always get the people having to go at you, but for having to go at having a disability is pretty pathetic, really. It's disgusting, but you get people like that who have no lives, unfortunately.
You do, and also people think they know you from seeing you, and you're my brother, so I'll back you 110%. I know how hard you struggle sometimes with your illness, but you never let it get you down. I'm just dead proud of you, so carry on.
Thank you. Listen, I mean, I do this because it's a release for me away from battling that illness, and Susan's like a rock for me. She's just brilliant, and all you guys are, all my friends, all my family, and it gives me a purpose really to keep doing this and doing this channel, seeing it grow like it has. It just means sticking 2 fingers up to all the pathetic people out there, and I do this just to prove that despite having a disability, you can still do stuff. You can still, I can't go out to do a normal job, but now I make money from doing this. So
and more than
where's
that,
the harm in it? You know what I mean?
It's more than making money, though. It's
of course it is
helping other people. And this channel, even before I became a co-host or a mod before then, it did so much for me. So you help so many people. So
we all do.
2 fingers to the 12.
You're part of that as well. So Paul, you don't have to justify yourselves to anyone. Trolls are better off ignored. Wow, how can they say that illness are not just taken off what you see, which is what you just said, Danielle? If the transfer window just gone was good, what's the next one going to be like, says John?
Oh, I don't want to think about it. I'm so knackered off last week.
Hey, that really did that
was brilliant.
Wow. I mean, that I lost the plot in the last show. I completely lost the plot because I was so tired. I started saying ridiculous things that about getting Chinese teeth and things like that, and
Nipple tassels.
nipple tassels and all of this. So it really went out of control. But it was great day. It was a great day.
Chinese teeth.
Yeah. Let's just move on from that. I haven't tried them yet. Don't give them the time. Love you all. Thank you very much. Target's got 9 assists in total in the Premier in 126 games.
Oh,
That's that. Listen, let's just see how he does for us. We can't judge him until he's put that black and white shirt on.
I mean, contextually, was behind Jack Grealish, so who that was the plan. That their old play style wasn't overlap, target, cross. That's not what the play style was for a long time. That's just not his game.
But Tony makes a point there, Alex. He was Villa Player of the Year last year.
I mean, the stat to me isn't that bad. It's about a 10%. It's just shy. It's just under a 10% assist rate. So you're going to get an assist every 10 games in a system where he's not overlapping all the time because he's not the main focus. The focus was the winger. So it's going to be the same as our situation with Maxi. Maxi's going to be the priority. If Target's in a better position to cross, then fine, give it to Target. But
yeah,
I wouldn't mind. I mean, how many games are left of the season? If he gets 2-ish assists before the end of the season, I'm fine with that. That's fine.
It could be the two. It could be the 2 goals that keep us up, couldn't it? So
yeah.
David says, my lass has fibromyalgia. Just because you cannot see someone's illness doesn't mean they're not suffering. What a shit comment. Keep doing what you do and great content. Thanks, David. Caitlin and Nick, I believe this is Nick because Caitlin's at work. You're great YouTube, Paul. The best Newcastle YouTube, my friend. Don't even give the dickhead any airtime. Not worth it. You do great contact, mate. Keep it up. Always watch you, even though you have... I don't know what that hand is. What does that emoji
wash
mean?
hands.
It's what?
You're saying you've got some kind of bug or some kind of germ. Oh, I know what this means, and I'm not saying it.
No, I think I know what it means as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, I still love you. Just some people are pond life sometimes. I look forward to your shows. Love what you guys do. Thank you, mate. Good evening to Stu as well in the house. We've got another $20 from CFC Florida. Thank you very much. The 3 of you, plus your collaborators, were immense during the transfer window, especially deadline day. Thanks, bud. CFC Florida is a massive contributor to the channel as well.
Amazing.
So thank you very much for that. Stephen says 2-0 to Newcastle on Tuesday night. Where do you think the game's going to be won, Danielle? Because obviously we've mentioned in the past about Newcastle United and the failure to get more than 1 goal. And we've said, that was a hotly debated thing come 11 o'clock on transfer deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were happy. Some people thought maybe, with just that little bit light up front. Is it a case of the mentality, though, and not the players, not who we've got on the pitch? It's the mentality to go and get that second goal, which has got to come from the manager.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we saw straight away after we scored and everybody sat back. It was like, what are you doing? We should be going for a second. But I think it is down to mentality. I think, look, the transfer window, we didn't get a goal scorer that we wanted. We got everything else. So I'm happy with that. I think midfield, I'm not too worried about the defence now, thank God. Not at all. Midfield, I think if Joe's fit for Tuesday, which I believe he is, fingers crossed anyway, that him and Bruno and even Shelby had a good game. I'm not bothered. It's just the goals, wherever the goal's going to come from for me. Mm-hmm. So I think we're just going to have to fight for it. So I think ASM's going to have to get off his backside and stop sitting down every time someone goes near him. I think... I know, man. Like, I can't. I know everyone goes for him all the time, but sometimes it's just get up. If he stays on his feet, Fraser as well. He was a warrior against Leeds as well. Playing 10-15 minutes on one leg, basically. I think Fraser might get a couple, but hopefully we'll get a few clean sheets.
Sorry, Alex?
Did you say you hope Fraser gets a couple? What, against Everton?
Yeah, why
nice.
Not? Why not?
Nice. It would be
nice.
nice.
Hopefully. He's been playing well.
Does anybody know the AFCON score?
Oh, no, I don't.
I don't
want to hear
know
instead of watching it.
Starting second half. It's 0-0 so far, I think. Ooh. Still 0-0. some real arseholes out there, man. Don't take any notice. It's apparently a good game, the AFCON final, but hey-ho. Toon Dave says Van der Bench and Dia Ali or Delia Ali or whoever you want to call him will have been wanting to go back to sitting on their asses once J7 and B39 get at them. How are the lads?
Absolutely. This is what I'm excited about. Like, I really am. Like, hopefully we don't see Longstaff. No offense to him, but I don't want to see him. And I just feel like this window is just giving me hope, man. We've got to fight. We've got to come out and fight for it.
Yeah.
We'll not win everything, but we just need to get, a really good start. I want 3 points against Everton. I want 3 points against Villa. And shut Stephen Gerrard up because he's getting on my wick.
I think that's going to be the harder of the two games, Alex. Is the Villa one? I mean, I know we'll be doing a preview for that later in the week, but that to me is going to be the harder game.
I agree, definitely. Everton, if you look deeper at their stats, it's definitely the easier game. I mean, they've only had 3 clean sheets all season, and we've had 2, so they are a poor side this year. Also, I mean, it goes in line with what we've been speaking about so far this evening. They've been averaging 41.2% possession. So they're not used to having the ball, really, or the majority of the ball. And nor have we been typically, but we have improved. I think I looked at it. I don't think I mentioned this the other day, but in the stats, we've increased our possession per game 5%. Changing from Bruce to Howe, so we've got 5% more of the ball than we used to, and with Bruno coming in, Joe Linton being as he is, I think we'll have a lot more of the ball. I think we will dominate the ball against them, which is going to give more time and more opportunities for our forwards and for our attacking. They've on 6 errors leading to goals so far this season. They're not a good side. They've had luck. I mean, we've had 1 penalty all year and we scored it. They've had 4 penalties and they've scored 3 of them. Mm-hmm. We've also hit the woodwork double the amount of times that they have. So I feel like in a parallel universe, Everton and Newcastle are swapped in the tables because we should have had more than 1 penalty this season. With the amount of shouts we've had, 1 is just ridiculous. So it's definitely, this is the easier game than Villa. I understand that manager bounce is a thing, but they're there for the taking. They're recent form in the Premier League has been awful. Their old boys aren't good enough, and their new boys aren't going to be fit enough. So this is time to just keep the ball, score goals. They are there for the taking. We need to get 3 points
and kick their ass, basically.
Amen.
A draw's not good enough because they're ready to be beat. They're there for
which is why I don't understand why people are saying that Bruno's going to start on the bench, because we need the points, and you don't pay 40 million quid for someone to sit him on his ass, especially when he's had a few days training. He's match fit. I don't know where to come from, to be honest.
Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday to chill and have a briefing. He's match fit. Yeah. Unless there's jet lag. I think jet lag would be the only reason he wouldn't start. It would be weird. He's got to start.
The jet lag would have, I don't know. Bradley Big Toe, thanks for this 55 Swedish krona, my friend. Can't wait for the battle come Tuesday. How are the lads? Let's have them. And Dave Carmichael, welcome to the members club, matey. Welcome to the Toon Review family. Thanks for becoming a member. DJ Floater, some jobs are more difficult when they are mentally exhausting than other jobs that are more physical. At least you're working too. Most other people wouldn't work if they had Parkinson's, so respect. Thank you very much, mate. And not many people know what goes on. I do work hard behind the scenes, setting up the shows, editing videos, doing all sorts of stuff. So it's not like, I sit on my ass doing nothing, just talking to a camera. Yeah. There's a lot of work goes into it.
As a new addition to the team, I can attest to that. It's not just talking. You have to think back to previous fixtures, future fixtures, players, managers, what's happened. And Paul, at the same time, is juggling all the tech behind the scenes. He's got to prep it. He's got to do post stuff, social media. So there's a lot going on. It's not just sitting and talking about football with a pint in the pub. It's not the same thing at all. So he works very hard.
But you know what? We bloody love doing it. And that's the main thing. Carla says, what fish do you keep, Paul? I actually keep... I've got 2 tanks now. I bought a second-hand one as well, just because I like having 2. One of them's going to have African cichlids. The other one's going to have South and Central American cichlids, which are the predator ones that bite you and stuff. And then, Barney, thanks for the £5 super sticker, mate. Very kind of you. John says Bruno must start. He's match fit, isn't he? Yes. Toon Dave says, woohoo, merch, nipple tassels, ahoy, Paul. Not a chance in hell. No way. I want Ditch Burnt's face and a pair of knickers. Hopefully you'll be stocking them. Tony, that freaks me out big style. I won't sleep tonight. Josh, aged 11, can't wait to see the lads win on Tuesday. Thomas wants merch. We're not getting into knickers. I'm not doing knickers. 1 minute left in Boreham Wood game with a Geordie in the team. Indeed, they do. I really think Brentford might slip and go down. I agree with what Alex said before, that Brentford may get dragged into it. However, you need to remember that they've got Ericsson coming into the team shortly, and he could be a big difference for them. He could actually be the difference between them staying up and going down, providing he stays fit. I hope, for what's happened to him, I hope he hits the ground running, and I hope he's brilliant for them. I really do, because
wish him all the best.
Yeah, to come back from what he
I hope he hits the post but doesn't score the goals, because we want them down in the table.
Yeah, definitely. How many members do you have, Paul? I think I've got about 140 odd at the minute. I'll have to check. But you've got a good chance of winning, Nick. Don't worry. I think Boreham would have won. Wow, to win at Bournemouth, that's incredible. Bruno needs a full game to baptise him to the Premier League. He does. Harsh on Andre Gomez, those stats. He hardly played this season. Saturday was only Gomez's third game this season, playing 90 minutes. I don't think you were harsh on him, were you?
No.
I mean, third game back. I mean, we had the same situation with Shah. Shah came back, took a few games to get going, and then started playing well. I don't think it's harsh to it's three games. I mean, in the research, he's been in every recent lineup and he's played a lot of minutes. So he again in the Norwich, was he in the? I'm pretty sure he was in the Norwich lineup. Well, against Norwich. He started in the middle of the park against Norwich on the 15th of January. Did he play against Hull in the FA Cup? He did. No, I'm sorry. No, he's played a lot. He's played a lot of minutes and a lot of games. He's been poor in most of them, with the exception of Brentford.
Tony says, imagine Pickford shuffling a deck of cards with them arms. Chloe says, I played Everton on FIFA and lost 3-0 with Burn getting sent off. I'm worried now.
Oh no.
Let's not look too far into that, Chloe. NUFC Dave says he's got confidence in Wood scoring goals. Brian says, when we were on our own months and months ago, your channel and many others were such a good friend to me and many people. So respect and love to you. Not me. Oh, Brian, man. You're just a gent. We love you so much. Even if folks so looking forward to seeing the OG Bruno G in black and too many letters for a Sunday night. Get some shots on Jordan's short arms and get in on the rebounds. Definitely. Can't wait for my Toon review bobble hat, says Ian. Bobble hats will be available. Yeah, definitely. Just watch the video of the guy punching the Forest player. Unbelievable that a fan would do that. I hope he gets done for it and banned. Well, Leicester have already said that he's going to be banned from every single Leicester away game. It was funny, though, because it was not funny as in funny, ha-ha, but it was when you were watching it, it looked like one of the supporters just ran on to chase the players and celebrate with them. When it being an FA Cup goal against a Premier League side, and then all of a sudden, he chins him. Unbelievable.
I mean, there was a video circulating of the Leicester fans being rather violent in the streets as well. So I think both clubs need a fine and a good talking to. So it's bad from everybody.
It was Leicester fans have let themselves down badly today, by the way. You know, the pictures of them throwing chairs at cafe windows and stuff. Just idiots. John says, hi, guys. Have you seen that Newcastle have made an application to the Living Wage Foundation to become a Living Wage employer? What a difference to Ashley. Yeah, it's fantastic, that, Alex. Danielle, isn't it?
It's brilliant, and it's another box ticked after Ashley's gone. Another wrong put right, sorry. And it's a way we want to be seen as a club. We don't want to be seen as scrimping and saving and not paying people what they're worth. So well done to Murder, Amanda and Jamie, because that's exactly the right thing that they should be doing.
Yeah, guys, I've got a problem with me mic. I'll be back in a second.
Okie dokie.
I like that comment, though. Yeah, anybody stood behind Pickford on game day, he always gets rattled. So
Oh, he
keep
gets
it clean and
absolutely
family
fuming.
friendly, but he does.
I'm in the
He does
Leeds
get wound up,
corner, so
and we
I'll
want him
be
to be
well
wound up.
amongst.
Defending
I'll
corners
be
against
amongst it,
Burns
Alex.
and
Don't
Wood.
you worry. I'll be amongst it. Him and his tiny little dinosaur arms.
Bloody thing's a pain in the arse. DJL Floats, thanks for the £5 super chat. Class show as always. Thank you very much. Anyone know how to become a member? There's a link in the description down below. In the video description, you'll find the link to that. If you just click on that, that'll take you through, mate. Thank you very much. Colby wants more out of Fraser.
I agree.
Yeah,
He's been great. I would like
we'll
more,
get
but
it.
he's been great.
I think he's done all right, mate. I'm not going to criticise Fraser. I think
He's done great. I just think there is a little bit more.
Next level.
His legs keep going at 70 minutes, and I would like to see him try and maintain it for 90. It would be nice.
Yeah. 3 points here we come up the Toon. Nice to see Danielle looking radiant.
It's because I've got the heating on.
Danielle. Radiant.
I've got the heating on. That's what it is.
Bruce says Newcastle United 3-1 as Newcastle have got their 12-man crowd. Needs to help the team from the start to finish. Indeed. And the crowd are going to play a big part, Alex.
100%. Me and Daniel have just, while you were sorting your mic out, we've just had a little chat about people annoying Pickford. We need it. We need the 12th man because Everton get rattled. They're nervous. There's a new manager. There's going to be a lot of changes on the pitch. Their formations are all over the place. They played 3-4-3 against Brentford, but the commentators are expecting a 4-3-3 against us with the new boys. So there's going to be a lot of new faces, possibly a lot of formation changes. And Pickford, it's a prime opportunity for the fans to shout and to make them all nervous as hell on that pitch.
He does respond. He does. It's happened before at St James's.
He's really weak. He can just get inside his head. So you can't put that kind of rivalry away between Sunderland, obviously where he's from, and Newcastle. So you can't put his professional head on. He's too emotionally involved in it.
Not sure he has one, to be fair.
Well, yeah, true.
I mean, I've got an empty. Which way am I? I've got an empty space here for a picture. So I would love a picture of Bruno scoring a goal, running off to celebrate to the Gallagher as Pickford is in the foreground, banging the floor in disgust.
That would be great.
That would be framed straight away and on the wall. So
definitely. The biggest question of the night, though, Danielle, is that Neighbours has been dropped by Channel 5. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I haven't watched it since I was at school, so that tells you how long. When it was on like BBC One, but it's sad, I suppose. It's got lots of childhood memories from Kylie and Jason and all of that. Show me age,
especially for you.
Exactly. I'm not singing it.
Brian says, what the hell are these people thinking of? It's a disgrace and needs to stop now. I take you talking about the trolls, matey, or the people running on the pitch. I know. Shane Wilson isn't playing. He usually scores past Everton. Beat says, I believe it will take a while for Dele Alli and Van der Beek to get up to speed in terms of match fitness. The players we have signed have been playing first-team football and are fit. Thank you very much, Alan, for the £10 super chat. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Colby says we got let down against Spurs with a takeover, let down against Brentford, Eddie's first game, and let down against Norwich. Don't get your hopes up for Tuesday because these players are letdowns.
Oh, harsh.
There's 5 brand new ones. So you can't say these players.
Well, exactly. I mean, we've got 5 new players hopefully starting, so that's literally half the team. Peter Gould, thanks for becoming a new member of the Toon Review. Welcome to the family, my friend. Sonia says, hi, Paul, Danielle, and Alex. Loving the show. Never miss it. The banter is unreal. Cheers me up. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Sonia.
Dex says, cheers, guys. Your shows help the long shifts go over. How are the lads? Luke P.I. I keep thinking of Magnum when I see that name.
I know.
Pickford kicks off like something rotten. I'd love to see him flapping his little T-Rex arms as one of our lot celebrates the winner. Let's get stuck into these Scouse Mackhams here. Exactly. Damn right. State of what Ali was wearing. Did anybody see that, by the way?
No, I didn't see it.
Did you see what he was wearing, Alex, when he came on to be presented to the Everton fans?
I mean, every time I've seen him in the last week, he's been wearing something funny. So he looks like he's borrowed Ant and Dec's wardrobe from the 90s, to be fair.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, John Southern, thanks for becoming a new member. Welcome to the Toon Review family, my friend. Jordan Picasaurus to have his worst game ever on Tuesday night. Well, I hope so. Ash says, Kobe, are you sure you're a Newcastle fan? Hi, folks. Do I have to join for you to see my comments?
No.
Absolutely not, Darren. Ooh. But please do consider subscribing to the channel, matey. I've predicted an Everton win, to be honest, for Tuesday. Matthew, right. I'm going to say it now. It's the first one of the night. Matthew, take yourself to the bathroom. Have a nice look in the mirror and a little bit of a word with yourself, because obviously you need that. Turn around to your toilet and take your face for a shit. This is all positivity tonight, Matthew. Now, I know you're a member and a good man for this channel, so I just hope you're having a bad day, or either you've had something funny to drink and it's blocked your mind. We are going to win on Tuesday.
It might just be the fear. It might just be the fear, you know.
I mean, fear is, yeah, you're right. But, I mean, some positive stats to cheer him up. We did the double over him last year, and Howe has never lost to Lampard. So...
Ooh, tasty.
He's never lost to Lampard, has he not?
Well, 1 win, 1 draw. So it's a small game,
yeah,
sample size, but it's still counts.
It's still a fact. It's still a fact. Wacky Angler says it was good to see Harvey Elliott back playing again after that horrible ankle injury, and he scored. So yeah, well, great to see him back, because that was a really, really bad injury, by the way. Chippers get lost is basically all I'm going to say. If your players look at Everton the way you guys do, then you're in big trouble, says Bobski. Jim says VAR and the anti-NUFC officials are the letdowns. We've had so many bad decisions this season, it needs to stop. Matthew is then looking forward to Tuesday, but incredibly nervous.
I told you, it's the nerves, it's the fear. It gets you. Whereas I'm on the other side, I just get overexcited. And then it normally comes back and bites us, but not this time.
Not this time.
I can feel it.
John says, big thanks for the show, guys. Discovered you a few months back and always look forward to listening. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks, John.
Right, it is that time in the show where we are coming to the end of the preview show. So, before we go into score predictions, guys, Danielle, I want your preferred starting 11. Not what Howe is going to do, but your preferred starting 11.
Okay, I'd go for a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
And I'd have Trippier, Shaw, Burn, and Target. Midfield, I'd have Big Joe, Shelby, and obviously Bruno. And then I'd have Fraser, ASM, and Wood.
Okay. Alex?
Yeah, I would probably have roughly the same. I'd have Trippier, Shaw, Burn. With Target at left back, Dubravka in goal as well, obviously. And I like how we don't mention that because we don't need to, because we know it's not going to be. It's just going to be Dubravka. And yeah, I would have Shelby and Bruno sat together. I'm going to. A lot of people, well, it's mainly Baz keeps saying this, that he really wants Shelby to go forward into an attacking role. I mean, he doesn't have the legs for that, Baz. I'm really sorry, but it's not going to happen. I think it's going to be a case of they're going to sit together. And whoever has the opportunity will go and the other will stay. I think it will be a flexible system. And then with Joe sat slightly in front, Joe Linton, and they're going to try and control the midfield. And then the same front three, as Danielle said, is Fraser on the right, ASM on the left with Wood up top. As for what Howe's going to do, no idea. I mean, I am a little bit concerned about that, because if you remember his famous masterclass video against Chelsea, he did really strange things with his formation. And I am concerned that Lampard went with 3 at the back. He went for a 3-4-3. So there's only 1%, but there's a tiny thing in the back. There's a tiny little voice in the back of my mind that says how's going to match the formation. I don't want him to. I want him to play what me and Danielle have suggested. But there's a small part of me that thinks he might match and play 3 at the back with Burn, Lascelles, and Shaw.
Oh, no.
I think he might do it to match the formation up, but we've got no idea what Everton are going to do. It depends on if Calvert-Lewin's fit or not fit. and the new boys, if they start or don't start, there's so many ifs and buts with Everton's formation. We've got absolutely no idea. So yeah, I'm sticking with what me and Danielle said. I think that'll be the 11, 4-3-3.
Well, to be honest, I'm going exactly the same. I can't see it being any different. I really would love to see Shah and Byrne play together. I have an awful suspicion he's going to go Shah and Lascelles, but time will tell.
Byrne and Lascelles.
Yeah, or Byrne and Lascelles, but one of the different options to what we've said. I'd like to see Shelby playing the sort of quarterback role. Sitting behind Bruno and Joe Linton, just pinging the passes all over the place. And then hopefully allowing Joe Linton and Bruno to get a bit further forward. Obviously, I want to see Bruno start. I don't see the point in paying 40 million quid for a player that we're going to keep on his arse, especially when we need 3 points. Even if he plays 60, 65 minutes, but he gets a good go in the Premier League and gets, hits the ground running. I think that's essential. But I really don't want to see 3 at the back. I just don't. Not with the players that we have at the minute. Anyway, Danielle, scoreline and goal scorers.
I'm going to go with 3-0 to us.
Wow.
And I'm going to go Fraser, Big Joe, and
Big
ASM.
Joe's going to score.
I'd love to see it.
Wow.
I'm forever hopeful, so I'm going to go 3-0.
Alex?
I'm going to go with a 2-1 for us. I think Fraser and ASM will score both of ours. They'll just have a lot more space and a lot more chances because of Bruno will have more of the ball. And I think there'll be more drill. I think it's going to be difficult to put more than 2 past them. If we turn up, then we could put 3, definitely. As for their goal, I think Richarlison might get theirs. I am a little bit scared of him. Having a look at his statistics, he is for a forward, his tackles, interceptions and pressures, he's a bit of a kind of House kind of player. He's a bit of a monster.
Yeah.
And as you said, if Lascelles, I'm really scared if Lascelles plays in a back 4 and Richarlison's pressing him all day long, that's going to hurt. So I think he might grab one. I think he's quite dangerous. And their wingers have been great recently as well. I mean, who's the new guy? Anthony Gordon's been very, very good for them. Gray's been pretty good. Their offensive line's not been too bad.
Don't forget Andros Townsend as well. He can pop up with a goal or 2 as well. Yeah,
as soon as they moved away from Calvert-Lewin, Rondon up front, and they went with a 3, they've looked a lot better. So I think they will. I just don't know what they're going to do. It depends on if Calvert-Lewin's fit. I think they'll go with the front 3, and it'll be Richarlison and 2 wingers. But if Calvert-Lewin's past fit, then I don't know what Lampard's going to do. It's difficult to predict this one, but 2-1. I think it's 2-1.
Well, I'm going 3-1. And I'm going to go goal scorers, Chris Wood with 2 and Maxi.
Ooh. Love to see it.
I really would love to see it. And I know I've been very hard on Chris Wood. Never mind. But I expect him to perform really well, come out really try and get the balls into the
woodwork.
box. Oh, yes, not the... Yeah. We could go on all night with the jokes, but never mind. So there you go. A very positive score predictions from the panel. I hope it's not 2-1 because I don't think my nerves would take it. I want to see us a couple of goals ahead by the last 5 minutes of the game, knowing how we perform in the last 5 minutes. But anyway, shows coming up this week. We have tomorrow a very special fan forum. Looking forward to the Everton game. So do join the 2 of us on the show tomorrow night. We start at, I believe it's 8. Is it, what? I don't know what time I've scheduled
8
the show
o'clock,
for.
I think.
It's 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So it's 8 o'clock tomorrow. It's a special fan forum leading up to the Everton game on Tuesday, obviously, because there'll be no fan forum on Tuesday. So we'll talk about the game tomorrow. And then on Wednesday night, we have the match review. That'll be at 9 o'clock on Wednesday night. So we'll be basically the 3 of us talking about the game. Alex will have some stats from the game to look through with certain players as well.
I don't lose my voice like last time.
Yeah, well, that would be You sound like
You're
a
not.
little robot. Hello. So yeah, and of course later on in the week we will have the preview for the Villa game. I will be doing hopefully some live shows during the day with any daily news. There will be a press conference video tomorrow. That will be pre-recorded, but it should be out sometime around lunchtime or just after. So do keep your eye open for that. So if you have enjoyed the show, guys, as usual, please hit that like button for us. It does help build the channel and get noticed on the searches and algorithms and whatever you want to call it. And if you're new to the channel and you have enjoyed what you've seen, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Almost at 9K. Let's hope we get there very, very soon. So thank you in advance for that. A lot of people do come back and watch the shows that haven't subscribed. It's free to do so. Just hit the subscribe button. You can also join the channel and become a member. Hit the join button, or that link is down below in the description as well. Thank you to all the super chats tonight. And finally, a big shout out to the Toon Review sponsors, Geordie Riffs, local business in the Northeast with Graham and Natalie, professional guitar repairs and servicing. They're offering 10% off your first guitar setup or 10% off your first repair. And they're offering a first guitar lesson completely free of charge if you quote that you've been sent by the Toon Review. So thank you for their continued support. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show tonight, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure. We will catch you again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the Fan Forum. Get yourself on the show live with me and Danielle and Alex and have a chat about the game. And let's try and have some more positivity leading up to the game on Tuesday night. But in the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. Good night.
Bye.